All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we'll be diving into the crypto gaming markets today. And we have a lot to dive into. It's 2023. Happy New Year's, as always. Heading into a new year, there's a lot to be excited about. There might not be a lot of sunshine in the crypto markets this year, but there certainly is a lot to be bullish about in the future. And if you have a long-term mindset, and if you have a strategy coming into 2023, I think there's a lot of ways that you can actually come out of 2023 ahead in crypto. Having a strategy, we're going to talk about 4 key ways, and I think 4 sectors that you can really keep your eye out on to be able to accumulate and be able to then multiply your tokens, as well as get involved in some of the biggest niches in crypto. So let's go ahead and dive into it. If you're new to the channel, drop down and like the video and subscribe for more every single day here on Crypto Banter, as well as shout out to our sponsors here on In the Game. Animoca Brands, the biggest Web3 gaming company in the world. ImmutableX, one of the leading platforms for building Web3 games on Ethereum, powering the next generation of games on IMX. And then we have Unix, the leading Web3 gaming infrastructure in the space, and Myria, one of the top L2 and studio platforms in Web3 gaming. Be sure to drop down and hit the description for more on all of our top tier sponsors here on In the Game. Now, let's go ahead and dive into the market. We're looking at Bitcoin today, guys. We're still in the same exact range. Feels like over the last 10 shows that we've done, we're at like 16, 17,000. Nothing's really changed as far as the market. But now that we're in a brand new year, you need to really kind of wipe the slate clean. If you've kind of not had a strategy in the past, this is a perfect time to kind of implement something going into a new year on how you're going to, like I said, accumulate and multiply your tokens throughout this bear market. And when the other time comes around, on the other side of this of the bear market, when the bull market comes around, you're going to be set and in a position to take advantage of it. Because here's what you have to keep in mind. When it rains, people don't go outside. They don't go to the gym whenever it's bad weather. It's an excuse to stay inside. When real estate markets go down, the average investor gets out of the market, but the sharks double down and triple down into the market. So here's the ways that you could play this market this year, in my opinion, to actually set yourself up for years and years to come. Now, number 1 is going to be accumulation. And I'm going to be honest. I think it's a very safe, and I'm going to agree very wholeheartedly here with something that Becker said the other day too. And we've been talking about it here. There's 3 projects, and really there's 4 that I think are really worth accumulating quite a bit of at this moment in time. And we'll talk about that in this video. But I agree with Becker. He says, to be honest, I feel comfortable buying Bitcoin here. A short-term 50 to 60% loss is nothing compared to the future highs. And I couldn't agree more. Looking at about $16,000 Bitcoin. And in the future, if you have a 3, 5, 10-year mindset, Bitcoin could set it up. I mean, that's the backbone of your portfolio. So I think it's a no-brainer. And I really do agree with what Becker said there. So I thought that tweet was very noteworthy to point out. Number 2 that I think, with an accumulation mindset, Ethereum powers not only the NFT market, but I think that they will have a bigger stake in gaming going forward. We have seen Limit Break Gaming, Digi doing the Super Bowl commercial, for example. They're actually, they're pushing ETH gaming. And all on top of this, we're looking at, ETH is the solution for all of ImmutableX, Polygon, it's the solution that powers all of these layer 2s. So I really do think that we're going to see Ethereum, staying as a part of the main pillars of your portfolio moving forward and in the ecosystem. And then number 3 would be Polygon. Polygon, absolute no-brainer with all the business integration, Stripe, Meta, we could go on and on. I'm honestly not even going to talk too much about Polygon today because you guys are probably, I'm long-winded on Polygon. We talk about their partnerships, the Reddit and Starbucks NFTs, the easy onboarding. They're able to get big businesses to come over and convert their customers into Web3 like a glove, just at a click of a button, like a charm. So I think it's brilliant what Polygon's doing, and it's another backbone. And I think getting as much Polygon, as much Bitcoin, and as much ETH under your belt during these time periods in a strategic way. So don't go in there and just put everything into it. You have to have a strategy, every week, every month, or whatever it is. And you go in there and just, steady stack up, because during these time periods, this is whenever everyone's running away. They're saying crypto's going to go away, which I think is people who just have no idea. They hear about the Sam Bankman-Fried stuff. They think something's wrong with crypto. Nothing is wrong with crypto. Everything about crypto technology and the Web3 technology, the blockchain, the immutable nature of it is fantastic, right? We just had a fraud in SBF and FTX come over and completely screw once again with Luna and Celsius and all these big platforms that have gone under, just really tampering with the reputation of the space. But I think it's a cleanse. We have to think of this period as a cleansing period, and we're going to come out on the other side of this with much more quality projects. And I think all of our investor mindsets are much better after this, right? Anyone, including myself, was willing to invest in left, right, this, that, and the center. So I really think it's really sharpened up everyone's minds to like, okay, you really have to dive into these and really find out who's behind these projects and who's pushing these products and who's actually going to adopt and use, and actually what is this applicable for, tokenomics, et cetera. And that's what we're here to break down for you every single day, because if you have all these tools in your belt that we're giving you on this channel, then you're going to be able to actually take advantage of this bear market, like I said. And then Vulcan Forged, a firm part of what we're looking at as far as probably my top tier gaming accumulation out of this bear market. Everything they've done with Anthony Scaramucci, Skybridge Capital, the Elysium blockchain, the Metascapes platform, it's just absolutely phenomenal. This was meant to be on Polygon, talking about Polygon, about how the number of NFT wallets is really approaching. It is approaching the Ethereum chain as far as the number one spot on in terms of NFT wallets on different chains. So that's good to see as well. But when you look at Vulcan Forge, the Metascapes platform is looking brilliant. Now, this is their Metaverse as a service platform. We're looking at what Jamie Thompson and Anthony Scaramucci have said in a recent interview is that, Jamie, the CEO of Vulcan Forge, said that they've actually built some of the biggest metaverses for other products and other games and other tokens. So you wouldn't even know it. They wouldn't go out there and tell you that Metascapes or Vulcan Forge built this for you. But this is the quality of product and animation that they're able to actually push, because you're seeing such strong graphics and such strong just animation flow. This looks very, very in-depth and solid. And this is the metaverse levels of capabilities that they're able to build for projects. Absolutely great team, Sebastian, a fantastic team, and pushing. I would honestly say, Sergi says I prefer PYR more than Matic. I mean, I'm extremely bullish on Vulcan Forge, and I think that they're going to niche down, focus on their games at the moment, and really build them out to the fullest. Because what Jamie also said at one point was they were just going to keep building more games, but they need to better their games that they have now. And I think that that's a brilliant mentality. So between their games, the NFT marketplace, the Vulcan Dex, the Metascapes platform, so much going right with the nodes that also just took place, the snapshot. So a lot to look forward to in the Vulcan Forge ecosystem. And number two, past the accumulation. So those will be my top four that I'm lensing right now as far as accumulation goes. And it's low risk in my opinion, but some would consider Vulcan Forge maybe high risk. I don't. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, and Vulcan Forged. And now let's talk about staking. So if you have those accumulated, right, or you have anything, your favorite projects, the BNBs, whatever you have, your favorite project, let's just say, you can go over to aggregators like Beefy, yield optimizers like Beefy Finance, and you can actually take your Polygon, let's just say, and come in here. I've taken some of my Polygon, for example. This is never financial advice, but as mentioned, we're just trying to give you strategies and tools in your tool belt to be able to take little pieces of your portfolio and be able to, potentially earn off of those, as you should be in a bear market, and accumulating more tokens. And you can actually come in here and take ST Matic and Matic, which is just pegged Matic together, and you can get 10%. And you're paid out in the LDO token if you go into the turbo, the bonus pool. And this is what I've been doing with some of my Matic stack. I just put a little bit over there and just let it yield. There's nothing wrong with it. Beefy's completely safe. They haven't had any sort of these compromises like other yield aggregators or auto compounders in the past. I know Miles likes what Beefy Finance is doing as well. So this is somewhere I've parked a little. Never ever take every bit of. You should never take, I don't think, in my opinion, you shouldn't take your entire stack of anything and stake it. I think you should probably leave some in your wallet in case you need to liquid. always risk manage, right? Always risk manage. Use capital that you're not going to touch. Always in investing, right? Use risk capital. Use capital that you're setting aside that's not going to affect anything. Use a percentage mechanism. Like, you really just need to have that mindset and know exactly what you're executing on. So you just have to really know what you're executing on. And Bitcoin, Ethereum, MATIC, and Vulcan Forge, I think, are, for me, that 4 stack of projects that could really set me up over this bear. And then after that, you have to have stable coins. Always have some stable coins on the sidelines. Whether you trust USDC, whatever your stable coin is of choice, it almost feels like all of them are up in the air at this moment in time, right? So do your own research on stables, for example. But do you always have stable coins ready to go as well? Because in the future, you want to be able to deploy into those lower cap tokens, which we'll talk about right now. So you can take your coins and put them to work here on Beefy Finance. And then on our watch list, this is the third thing, is building your watch list. So after staking, we have accumulation, staking, and then building out your watch list. You want to have your watch list ready to go. You want to be able to I want to get, more Ultra, Superverse, Veracity, whatever it is that you're bullish on. Seedify, I'm super bullish on Seedify, especially when the market does come back around. So when you have your stables, you'll be able to get into these projects. For example, Seedify is going to be incubating and launch padding so many different projects who have been waiting to launch their tokens, for example. And the only way to get access to those pre-sales, as we know for launch pads, is hold the Seedify token and stake it. So I'm very bullish on Seedify as far as a bull run goes, because that's whenever tokens are going to want to launch. I'm so bullish on Ultra. So there are projects that I'll absolutely be upping my positions in the future. And then number 4, and this is probably the most explosive niche you could pay attention to, in my opinion. And this could set a little miniature crypto gaming bull run, whether it's for the NFT market or whether it's for the crypto gaming market. Daniel agrees. Seedify, UOS, and UFO is a no-brainer. And honestly, UFO kind of seems like the meme coin of crypto gaming to me, and I think that's not a bad thing. I think it has a lot of potential in the future, to be honest. So a lot of people ask me about UFO, and that's my honest stance on it. Number 4 is the crypto gaming and NFT sector. And as mentioned, this could set off a little miniature bull run, right? Let's just say Gabe Layden's Limit Break Studio, they raised $500 million this year. They're planning to do a $6.5 million Super Bowl ad. Think about how many people could mint a free, this is what it's going to be, a QR code NFT, just like Coinbase last year. You're going to be able to actually mint an NFT straight off the Super Bowl this year, a crypto gaming NFT. This could get so much more exposure to the industry. What is crypto gaming? What is NFT? I've heard of NFTs. I knew they were monkey pictures, or I knew that they were pictures of lions or goats or whatever the collections that they've seen of, or profile pictures of their ex-boyfriends or whatever it was, right? That they've seen on Instagram or Twitter or whatever the case is. And they're like, what are these crazy pictures? But this is an actual way to get exposure and be like, oh, you can use this character on screen in a game. That makes so much more sense to people. And I think this could open up that wide level of exposure. And then people look more into it. They find out, let's just say that Dr. Disrespect, one of the biggest Twitch YouTube influencers now, pardon me, banned on Twitch. But I think that Dr. Disrespect, building out his project, that could get in front of so many people. Quality projects like Shrapnel, like Gala Games, pushing quality products like Grit onto the Epic Game Store. Epic Game Store bringing Web3 games to your doorstep. Imposters, Star Atlas, Grit. The list goes on with the games that Epic Game Store is launching. So this is going to be an industry that I think could cascade and snowball, right? A lot of people understand games more than anything. And I think that with the generation now, so many people were raised on Fortnite. In myself, I've spent 10 plus years of my life playing games. I grew up on sports games repeat. That was it. Sports games repeat. So I've gone through that. And I think that, this is an industry that is going to be the most explosive. $7 billion coming through the door over the first 3 months of this year. And with quality projects bringing partnerships like Polygon and Immutable, this is the sector to really watch. And, like utility-driven NFT projects, which we talked about last week, let's just say like the Steady Stacks or Tykes NFT or Gents Croquet. There's a lot of different examples we've used on the channel before as really high utility quality NFT projects. But those are the real niches that I think that you have the most explosive potential out of is gaming and the NFT technology side of this industry, and what AI can do for the, keep a close eye on AI. It's not really my thing, like particularly, but definitely something that's going to blow up this year as well. But to wrap that up, accumulation, staking, watch list, and then actual crypto gaming like NFT and utility NFTs catching more fire, right? At the end of the year, we saw Reddit and Starbucks NFT both come in and really kill it. We're going to see more businesses doing the exact same thing all throughout this year. And we're going to see potentially crypto gaming, NFT gaming getting in front of millions of eyes on the Super Bowl, Dr. Disrespect, and some of these big games going on the Epic Game Store that could potentially sweep the space. And maybe they are the quality games that we need to take this industry to the next level. And I want to give a quick plug for a couple of videos that we're going to be putting out on the channel this week. And they're going to be awesome videos. We have some a high quality interview. I'm going to leave it up for grabs on Friday. We have a high quality interview coming in on Friday, as well as a huge guest at the end of next week, which y'all won't want to miss. We're going to do a top 5 low cap altcoins for 2023. So if you are just a degen and you need the low cap altcoins, we're going to give you my top 5 quality low cap altcoins to add to your watch list and watch closely throughout this bear market for explosive gains on the other side in the bull run. And then I'm going to do the much heavily awaited video after everything that's gone on, all the developers leaving the chain, so much in turmoil. What is the future of Solana gaming? We're going to talk about that and more in future videos coming up this week. So as always, like the video if you enjoy and subscribe to the show. If you really just enjoy the content, the alpha, and the information that we get delivered to you here every single day on the channel. And I'll be back tomorrow, as always, with another video. We want to show the project on your show. How can we get in touch? We don't do shills we don't do shills. All right, guys, like the video, subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow, as always. Play well, my friends.